This is the bread recipe that we've always used to make our homemade bread when I was growing up Amish. I am gonna say I've been making this bread since I've been like 7 or 8 years old, so I have a lot of practice making this bread, which I think is the key to making really good bread that's like really soft and fluffy like this. So if your bread doesn't turn out the first time you make it like this, just continue to practice and make it till you have a nice soft and fluffy loaf of bread. We're going to start with 2.5 cups of lukewarm water, and then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of instant yeast in here. Then I just let this sit till the instant yeast is totally like dissolved. Okay, so I let this sit for probably like 10 minutes now, and this is what it should look like. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of white sugar. I am going to add in 1 tablespoon of salt. And this will make 2 loaves of bread. And then we're going to add in 1/4 cup of oil. It doesn't matter what oil you use. I'm just using olive oil. Add in the oil and then just mix everything together. You're going to add 6 cups of flour to this. I usually just add 2 cups at a time, and then I'll mix it up, and once that's all mixed up, I'll add 2 more cups. So altogether it's gonna be 6 cups of flour. And then you're just gonna go ahead and mix it up. So once you're done mixing it, if it's a little sticky and sticking to your hands, that's okay. Don't add more flour. Just add a little bit of flour over like the outside of it so it won't stick to your hands, so you can pick it up and move it around. But don't add more flour. Don't mix more flour into it, because that's what's gonna make it like how do I want to say, like a really heavy loaf of bread, and it's not gonna be fluffy. So if it's a little sticky, that's totally okay. And then just go ahead and add a little bit of oil to your bowl. I'm gonna set this down, and then just cover the inside of the bowl with oil, and then just put a little bit of flour in there too. And then we are going to put this right back into here. I'm gonna cover this up with like a dish towel or something, and we're going to put this in like a warm setting. You don't want it to be too hot, but you want it to be like room temperature. And we're gonna let it sit for 1 hour and then let it rise. Okay, so it's been 1 hour now, and this is what the bread looks like so far. So now we're gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil on my hand and just punch it down. Just like so, and then we are gonna go ahead and put it back in here and cover it back up and let it rise for another hour. It's been almost an hour now. I would let it rise for a whole hour, but I have to go to work in a little bit, so I have to bake this bread before I gotta go. So I didn't let it rise as much. It'll still be okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and split it in half, for 1 for each pan. Just go ahead and set that right into your pan, and do the same thing for the other one as well. And then we're gonna put these in the oven for 30 minutes at 350. It might have to bake a little bit longer, just until it's like nice and golden brown, and then you'll know it's done. So it's like 35-ish minutes I usually bake them for. Oh, I forgot to mention, just let the bread rise a little bit before you put it in the oven to bake. So I would let it rise for like probably like 10 minutes, and then put them in the oven, because it'll finish rising once it's in the oven. Baked it for 35 minutes, and this is what it looks like. Nice and golden brown. And then you're gonna just take it out of your pan and put it on the rack to cool down. It should pop right out of your pan. I did spray these pans, so just pop that right on the rack. And then I don't know where my brush is, so I'm just gonna use a paper towel, it works. And then you're gonna take some butter and just put it right over the top. And this will make that your loaf of bread will be nice and soft. So if you don't want the, if you don't want it nice and soft, just like skip the butter part, but the butter part will definitely make it really good. Then we're gonna use this nice little Christmas towel and cover them up and let them cool down.